This is how that looks, and it's adjustable, so you can move within certain width.
That's the box.
Yeah, that's the box. That's how it looks like. All right. So there's fatalities from crushing. You have the cranes can tip over, can hit you. You can be hit by with the rotating radius of the crane. So it's good to have a barricade around it to prevent people from getting too close to the crane when it's operating. Here, again, we have employees when a load's being lifted, they're too close, you can get hit by, similar to the video that we just saw. Any hazards in here?
Electrical power.
Electrical power, there's flying objects. He has a face shield that can get struck by these metal parts. They can come and hit you in the eye. Any hazard in here? Do you want to operate that machine?
It can be loose.
Yeah, it can very well crash that operator in there, right? That would be struck by accident. How about here? Do we have any hazard?
That guy's sitting on top.
That guy sitting on top, he has no footrest system and no hard hats. These people down here do not have any hard hats either, so he can, if he loses a tool, that will potentially calm down and harm somebody. We were talking about welding and how to move the cylinders, right? You think it's a safe way to do it this way? No? No, right? Those cylinders can fly out and hit somebody or explode in the worst case. Again, we have somebody very close to a unit being lifted that can, very easily move unexpectedly and hit that operator. Here we have a road operation and somebody down on the road, presumably directing traffic or telling this operator some.
Demonstrating the.
Yeah, and he has no protection, no vest, nothing, so it can cause an accident very easily. And this one is a tough one. I didn't know the answer to this one. I look. Is there any answer in here? Kind of difficult. Oh, the operator cannot see, so they put in a mirror on the machine so you could see the backside of it. So the machine by design did not have any kind of a way to see.
Not see the other side.
Yeah. Any hazards in here? We have a crane lifting this precast piece, and again we have operators very close to that piece. So if it moves unexpectedly.
Doctor, if you go back to that slide, there's another hazard that actually
There's another hazard over there.
On the sidewalk, the sidewalk crack.
I actually had a crane lose its bearing because I had the pad on the sidewalk, and you don't know what's underneath that sidewalk.
That's right. It could be anything. Yeah.
And we lost the load.
Yeah. It failed because of the support. Yeah, that can happen. I have quite a few videos of crane collapsing, and if you look into YouTube, I mean, you can spend hours watching cranes that collapse because of a faulty ground support. How about here? Do you want to be that guy inside?
On the other side of the nail there?
Yeah, man, oh man, that's dangerous. Okay, so here we go back into signs and barricades to basically provide some warning to cars that are coming, drivers to stay away. Danger signs are regularly with the red background, white letters, and then they provide some area here for additional wording. Caution signs are normally yellow, black letters. Exit signs are normally red letters, 6 inches tall at least, on a white background. Then there's some safety instruction signs, no smoking, maybe hard hat, whatever. Directional signals, these are all regulated by this book, the manual on uniform traffic control devices that I was trying to show you before. Let's see if it uploaded here. It's a very long document, but it does explain in detail all the precautions that you need to take when using these type of signals. Where to locate them. Yes.
Are they supposed to be reflective? Or
Well,
it doesn't
you
matter?
want
it's just a color?
you want to warn people of what's going on. So you want them to be reflective. So at night, the lights of the car can illuminate them and see what's going on.
They don't glow in the dark,
Yeah.
if that's what you mean.
No, because the reason I'm saying that is because some of those panels, generally, they're not reflective. However,
the painting
there
is
was,
not, but the wording is.
The wording.
okay.
And
Because
some
there was some discussion
The boards
about the
here.
fact
yes,
that
the,
they needed to be
The
reflective
white area.
because people can't see them at night. And
Well,
somebody
they're-
argued that,
they're-
well, you're not going to a site inspection at night, so
Well,
it doesn't
normally,
need to
well, you
be.
got to remember, those signs are not designed by for OSHA. Those signs were designed by highway administration
Yes.
when they have traffic lights. when
Yes.
You have lights on your car, so they do not glow. If that's what you see now, if you really pay attention when you're driving, let's say the big signs, the green signs that you have. The green is not doesn't reflect, but the white letters, they do reflect. That's why you can see them at night. The stop sign, the same thing.
It's the white that reflects, not the red.
Not the
Correct. It's the white that reflects, and also the border here. You can also have additional beacons or lights that provide additional
flashers and
additional notification to people. So this manual, it goes on, and it explains every single detail that you want to have about the use of these signals, the design, the sizes, the wording, the shapes. Everything is regulated in here, where you want to locate them, and so on.
MUTCD is extremely strict. The MUTCD, the manual uniform. Let's say that you put a stop sign. It has to be the same size, shape, placed at the right location, distant from the center, at the right elevation. If none of that is done, one of those items are missing, is non-enforceable.
Well, the design is below standard.
Yeah.
The design is below standard, and if you really want to technically say, let's say that you have a stop sign that somebody hits it, right? And it's bent like this. You can still see it, but it's not enforceable.
Oh.
That lady there, her department needs to come back and fix it within 24 hours.
That's your
Talking
department,
about-
Jimmy.
Public Works needs to fix it. No, seriously,
No, you're right, yeah.
it's not enforceable. If any other accident happened there,
It's-
you can say there was no stop sign.
And you can see, if this comes from the manual,
MUTCD.
Thank you. It says here, vertical reflective strip on sign support. So this line here is reflective as well. So people can see that at night and be, aware of a stop sign.
That was
And there's some coffee over there in the corner if you need some. Want to take a break? All right. Here more signs of used to warn people, drivers, and pedestrians about work that's been done. Then these are other type of signs that we have for our lockout, tagout operations that do not use, take away from the job site, caution. They also have some colors and shape requirements that it says here. It do not operate to be white background with red ink, these type of things. So they are standardized, and the reason is that employees will recognize them just by looking at the color and the shape. Okay, I know this is a caution danger sign. Yes. No? This okay. Every time I see you, gotta be a question. Okay. Flagman. The signaling and direction are standardized in this ANSI regulation. You know, the flagman should be wearing appropriate vests, red or orange garments that are reflective materials so people can see them. Then we have barricades to deter the use of vehicles in certain areas, you know, prevent people from getting into areas that is being under construction. So they have different types, roadways ends, ramp closes, permanent closure, or semi-permanent closure. So you want to use these type of signals and barricades to direct traffic in the correct direction. And they are, you know, they are regulated in terms of size, height, location, you know, how to warn people. You can also have them mounted on trucks if there is another vehicle that is providing some operation like painting or cleaning, then you can have the signs in a vehicle. These type of devices, you know, cones and drums, you have seen this, I'm sure, while driving. They're used to also gradually move drivers away from one lane that is being repaired or something. So all of these lines and sizes are normalized in the standards. So you have type 1 barricade has just 1 bar, type 2 barricade has 2 bars, type 3 barricade has 3 bars, and they're used, you know, to close areas or prevent cars from getting into certain areas of the road. And, you know, they gotta be 45 degrees, they have to have 6 inches wide stripes looking down to the direction where you want people to go to. And just have to make sure that you are in proper accordance with the regulations, that they are the correct height, they're in the right location, that you're not violating any of the design characteristics. Any questions about that barricades? Oh. Then we have this rule for steel erection rule. It's a new rule, or a change in a previous rule that now focuses more on side layout, on the flow of materials going inside and outside of the job site. It sets some of the requirements for tying in the people who work in steel erection. These have to be very highly trained employees that are going to be putting on steel on high altitude, so they have to know exactly what they're doing. So now the fall protection requirements change from the 6 feet that we have in general construction to the 10 feet that we have for scaffolding. Now for steel erection, they change a little bit, because they consider that these people are very highly trained and less likely to fall. But the new rule, it's very heavy into side layout and location of materials. They want to make sure that everything is pre-planned, safe, and that the employees will not be exposed to falling objects or to the possibility of that structure collapsing while employees are inside. It explains some new rulings for what's called the Christmas tree lifting, when you have more than one item being lifted at the same time. So that will provide additional safe controls for the operation. It asks people to check the crane several times, especially before each shift. The operator should look at and make sure that all the safety guards are working, that there's no leaks, that the crane looks good to go. The operator is responsible for the operation of that crane, so make sure that it's in good operating condition. The columns must have at least 4 anchors per column to make sure that it's stable. You need to have at least 2 bolts connected before you let that crane release the steel members when being connected to minimize the possibility of collapsing. It does specify certain practices when you have materials bundles, how to leave them and place them on site so the operation will be safe. Talks about falling hazards and tripping hazards. When you have these steel decks, you need to have some shear connections to hold the concrete inside, and so you have to be aware that they are there and prevent the employees from falling down. You can see here there's a barricade and some sort of signaling to prevent people getting in there. So the idea is to prevent the collapse of this structure and the employees falling down from heights. The provision asks to secure items that are aloft and protect people from falling objects at different heights. So maybe some definitions are required at this time. A connector means an employee who's working on hoisting equipment is placing and connecting structural members and components. A control decking zone, it's an area where certain work may take place without the use of guardrail system, personal footrest system, fall restraint system, or safety net system. So this is limited only to certain people who have been working on that leading edge. And then here comes the fall protection. Above 30 feet, all workers must be protected, including connectors and deckers. Between 15 and 30 feet, workers must be protected, except connectors and deckers working in controlled decking zone. So again, because these people are really highly trained, they are not required to be using fall protection. Although companies may have their own rules and regulations and say, well, everybody above 6 feet has to have fall arrest systems tied on. So it depends. Here, connectors between 15 and 30 feet, all equipment necessary to be capable of being used to be tied off must be in place. Here's a picture of a controlled decking zone where you have some sort of barrier that prevents people from getting into that area. And here, training, it's again a key part of that operation. It's a very highly dangerous occupation and it requires good skills, so training is extremely important. You need to do some coordination with the contractors, making sure that everybody knows what to do, what is the time for the concrete to cure, so you cannot place additional loads until it's safe to do so. Provide areas on the job site for roads and location for the equipment and materials. That's a very important part. The complete standard can be found, as usual, in OSHA. They do have a web page dedicated to steel erection, so you can go and visit that one. I don't know what happened here. I guess it did not open. Oh well, didn't open. Let's see if I can maybe copy that. That's the end of it. So let me see if you can Yeah, there you go. Let me just open that page real quick here. So here, oh, wow. I guess they changed something here on the on their page. And the good thing is they also have these nice search engine here, so you can easily find the steel erection rules and make sure that your job site is in compliance with those tools and regulations. Any questions you guys have? No? Alright, so that's the end of today's lecture. Now, let me take a second here to review the calendar. So we have the midterm that we had today, we moved that, right? To the next week. So next week we have the midterm, and then we have modules 9 and 10. Those are not too long. What did we agree? Do the midterm first and then the teaching, right? Yeah. Okay, so we'll start the exam at 8. It's not too long. It should be, an hour and a half at most. Then, you guys, I'll give you, I don't know, maybe 2 hours. That will be sufficient. I don't think anyone will take any more than that. And then we'll go in and have module 9 and 10. So we have 4 presentations going on also. If hopefully we can cover them. If not, then we'll move down the topics a little bit. Yes.
Okay, I see that today she talked about the sign, signal, and barricades.
Yeah.
Now, which one I'm doing? I'm just doing personal protective and life-saving equipment.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Right. And then Philip is talking about signs and
No, I'm
barricades.
talking about cranes and.
Oh yeah, you decided you asked to move that up, right?
Yeah.
Did you talk to?
I talked to Assad. He said he was doing, I think, cut in or in between. I think.
Okay.
I didn't talk to Assad.
All right.
Okay.
That's fine. I mean, I don't mind if we have 2 people doing the same topic, as long as the presentation is a little
No,
bit
because
different.
I started mine already with personal
And-
protective.
Good. Good. The idea is that you guys learn something, that you teach us something we didn't know, and we look at things from different perspectives. So, and it's not as boring as listening to me all the time. All right, guys. So that's all we have for today.
To
We
prepare for the
finished-
exam, we just go over the
Yes.
modules.
There is the modules. 90% of the questions will be on the modules on the
Okay.
side, and then there will be about 10% of questions that come from handouts. Okay, I've posted several handouts from OSHA, from DOT, from ANSI, just look at them. The exam is multiple selections, but it does have one form that you need to fill in. So look at the different forms, familiarize yourself with them. We have done exercise in class, filling up forms, so it shouldn't be really anything that you can't handle.
The exam will cover material up to last week or up to this week?
Well, it's up to the module 7, I believe. With,
You said it was 8.
8.
Module 8. We talked about module 8 today, right?
Right.
Starting to lose my mind here. Module 8. Yeah, we covered module 8 today, so the exam is up to module 8. Yeah, that's right. Thank you.